Hi everybody. Alright, so the second video we are continuing the vinylization of the plane. And I wanted to focus this video specifically on some tiny pieces. Those are the gear leg fairings. So the two pieces, top and bottom, that sort of smooth out the transition from fuselage to gear leg and from gear leg to wheel pant, right? And it's a perfect example of what is the most pain in the butt thing about vinyl, right? So vinyl is relatively simple on single dimensional surfaces like flat, tabletops, or if you're going to wrap like a trailer or something, they're generally, storage trailer. It's generally pretty easy. Even single dimensional curves like the wings on the RV-14 is just a giant Hershey bar, right? Those are even relatively simple. What aren't simple are three-dimensional curves. Curves in 3 dimensions, convex, concave stuff is just hard, right? Anyone ever try to gift wrap a bowling ball? Doesn't end well. And you always wind up having too much material, right? Because it's a giant convex surface. Concave surfaces aren't quite as bad depending on the size, scale, and what's around them, only because you can heat and stretch the vinyl to match the area of a concave zone, if that makes sense. That's easy enough. But convex, you always wind up having more material. So it's like, well, you can technically heat it up and stretch it to get it a little bit farther, but no, it's a pain. And these gear leg fairings are the perfect example because they contain both convex and concave surfaces. And because of the way it's shaped, I tried cutting out a single piece which would overlap the entire thing. The problem is you really can't. Because of the very convex nature of the front of the fairings, you'll always have a ton of extra material. And because that's the only place that there is a convex, and the rest of it's just two concave zones that go down the side, it's tough. So these are great pieces to practice on, is what I'm saying. So in order to get used to stretching and reheat and shrinking vinyl, I suggest doing the fairings. The other one that was a good practice piece is the fairing that goes on the empennage, right, and connects both the vertical and the horizontal stabilizers. That's a great one too, because that's got curves in every single direction. And if you can get that piece done, so I've been doing these in 2 pieces. So normally you would always want something wrapped with 1 piece because there's no seams, etc. But early on I realized it doesn't matter. You'll barely ever notice. And if anyone says anything, they can all eat shit. So I did these in 2 pieces. But what I'm saying is if you're going to vinyl, that's a great place to test. And man, were they a pain. I mean, a tiny pain. But they look good, right? Now, again, here's the thing about fiberglass, right? Or any surface you're putting the vinyl on. It's got to be clean. Clean, clean, clean. And when you think it's clean, clean it some more. Especially now, the gel-coated side of the fiberglass pieces are easy. That's easy enough. The problem is the raw backside. If there's ever been any absorption of petrochemicals like oil, you got to degrease it. You got to degrease it and clean it. Else, when you go to wrap a little bit of vinyl around an edge to sort of make it adhere and stick, it's not going to want to stick. It's just not. So you have to just clean, clean, clean. All right. Yeah, I'm going to put out actually a couple of these videos this week. So this is the first one, and the next one we're going to be getting into some more of the nitty-gritty, large vinyling. So thank you for joining me, everyone, and see you soon.